9 p.m. in Djibouti. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the National Djiboutian Women Week handicraft product exhibition days in the region of Obokra. For the international scene, Donald Trump declared state of emergency and releases $15 billion. Welcome to our newsroom. The ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Ethiopia and permanent representative to the African Union, His Excellency Mohamed Idris Farah, handed over to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, His Excellency Gedu Endergacho, on March 13th, messages from his colleagues, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. During the meeting discussion is focused on the bilateral relationship and general interest issue. Mr. Abdi Mahmoud Aibe, the first consulars of the embassy, took part in these meetings on the Djiboutian side. The Minister of National Education Vocational Training, Mustafa Muhammad Mahamoud, sponsored the closing ceremony of the training in the Certificate of Aptitude for the function of facilitator, which took place this Saturday, March 13th, at the Sunny Hill Center in Arta, in the presence of the Prefect and the President of the Artas region, the Secretary General of MENFOB, Mohamed Abdallah Mahyoub, the experts trainers, Mr. Khadir Abdi Hashi, as well as the whole educational community took part in this event. More than 13 supervisors, senior education advisor, and middle high school and teachers benefit from this training, which lasted 3 weeks. It also made it possible to organize and offer people's members of the educational community and young people living in the immediate vicinity of the school's educational and cultural activities adapted to their needs as well-defined period. In a statement delivered on that occasion, the minister said the training on school's life staff essential in the well of the schools. It is in line with the transformations of Djibouti's school, which was spearheaded by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. Also, within the framework of the celebrations of the International Women's Day, the Ministry of Women and Family and UNFD proceeded on Thursdays to the closing of the Women's Uniform on Peacekeeping process based on Resolutions 1323, the national plan elaborated in 2017 by the Ministry of Women and Family in the premises of the International Schools of the Judicial Police. The training workshop, which lasted 2 days, ended with the presentations of certificate to all the beneficiaries of this training, and Ms. Saida Musa, technical advisor to the Minister of Women and Family, did not fail to thank on this occasion its people who contribute closely by far to the success of this event. For her part, the technical advisor to the Minister of Women and Family, Saida Musa, did not fail to thank on this occasion all the people who contribute closely and by far to the success of this event. The training workshop, which lasted 2 days, ended with the presentations of certificate to all the beneficiaries of this training. As part of the celebrations of International Women's Day, the Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with the National Union of Djiboutian Women, UNFD, has initiated activities for the advancement of women in Obok. The ceremony took place in the premises of the Obok Shopping Center in the presence of the President of the Regional Council, Mohammed Humad Ismail, the Deputy Prefect, Amin Shamsan, the parliamentarian Ali Hamad and Fatuma Muhammad Hamadou, the civil society, as well as dynamic women of Obok, the women and associations, as well as data of the localities of Me'deho, Assassin, have all exhibit their handicraft and agricultural products within the Obok shopping centers on the occasions of the celebration of the International Women's Day. The initiative will fall within the framework of women's empowerment and craft cooperative are the main exhibitors at this fair. These fairs are for these women's means of selling their product. It is also for the local population an opportunity to discover the different types of craft product, whether they are intended for the tourist market on the local market when it comes to object used in the everyday life. The parliamentarian Fatuma Hamadou recalled in his interventions the importance the initiative falls within the framework of women's empowerment and craft cooperative are the main exhibition. These fairs are for these women, she said, a means of selling their product. It is also for the local population as an opportunity to discover the different types of craft product, whether they are intended for the tourist market on the local market, whether it comes to object used in everyday life. Still in this diversification strategy, the Tujura Balho Northern Corridor Road 117 kilometers road corridor linking the city of Tujura and the corridor town of Balho is an economic link which since its inauguration has not ceased to create economic spin-off for the population living all along this road. More details in this magazine.
Inaugurated in November 2019 by the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, the 120-kilometer road corridor linking the city of Tajura to the border town of Balho is transforming the economic landscape of the region. This new road will strengthen several land corridors, including Tajura-Obokh, the Djibouti-Lueda axis, and the RN1, which is also undergoing renovation. This road, an essential artery of our country's economy, also represents a further step towards economic integration between Djibouti and Ethiopia, a country of more than 100 million consumers. For the Djiboutian government, the development of roads remain a priority because they participate and contribute effectively to the process of wealth creation. Within the port of Tajura, the Balho road should relieve congestion in the capital's ports and at the same time revitalize the local economy. To get to Balho, the new road passes through several villages including Rwanda, Boli and especially Dora, as on these pictures. Since the opening of this road, the lives of the inhabitants have changed, traveling almost 5 hours to arrive with sometimes the feeling of being cut off from the world. These are only distant memories for the population of the sub-prefecture. Today, thanks to God, no longer suffers from bad road conditions, small cars as well as big ones, those who come to visit or trade, all are satisfied with the new road. I really want to thank the government and the President of the Republic on behalf of the community. Since this road was built, many things have changed. People are traveling faster and trade is developing along the road. The people here no longer feel the hardship of the journey. They are happy about the change. Today, the journey time has been cut by a factor of 5. Goods arrive faster and small businesses can start up again more easily. I would rather be trading when it was military vehicles, just military vehicles. Sometimes I carried my goods myself or did it by camel. For people who have tried in difficulty, you can imagine what the road brings us. We can only move forward with the new road. We're not going backwards for sure, as far as I'm concerned. I used to use ice to cool the coca, but today I have a generator. Along the route, the rural camps are also improving. They evacuate their sick faster, have easier access to goods. The Tajura-Balho road has improved another aspects of trade, that of cross-border trade. For more than a year now, traffic between the Tajura and region and the bordering areas, including the city of El Ledar in Ethiopia, has been increasing quite significantly. Both trades and transporters have never seen so many cars in this locality. We take advantage of this road. We work. We exchange on both sides. We don't stay away. We make the most of this new route. As you can see, there are about 10 cars. There are as many people as there are people, and we hope for even more on this new road. We are nomads and scattered, but now we are regrouping. By regrouping, some of us sell tea, others coffee. A road has only advantages. It is a livelihood. As a result, the benefits to the local economy has becoming more and more important. The Directorate General of Customs, and in particular its branch based in the port of Tajura, is working hard to accompany this increase in activity. To accomplish its missions, the Directorate has several services at its disposal, including the financial service, the Get Pass, transit, liquidation, and finally the manifest. Jilani Shehim, head of the Regional Directorate, explains this evolution. Most contraband in this region is qat. Although the quantity is not huge, we have made efforts to reduce it to less than 80%. It is thanks to the training of our staff and the agents who do their job well. Here we are in the customs office that already existed in the city. This is where we collect taxes and not in your premise at the port. The goods are taxed twice a week and right now they are paying. We issue recipients that the trades will use to load their goods on board. We are now at the port of call and these slots are ready to be loaded. We're making all these efforts because these are taxes that pay the wages. This is so important for our economy and the development of our country. Djibouti and Ethiopia already have a singularly close and synergistic relationship. The new impetus provided by this new road, while contributing to the development of the region, also further strengthens economic integration between the countries.
The port of Tajura, one of the jewels of the country's economic architecture, is the first port infrastructure built in the inland regions of the countries. This port brings out the new organizations of the space, which, according to the President of the Republic, gives a boost to the national policy of development of the territory. More details in this magazine.
The role of a maritime port, the port of Tajura, inaugurated in June 2017 by the head of state, will export nearly 4 million tons of potash each year, extracted from depots located in northern Ethiopia, which will be transported to the port via the Tajura-Balhu road. Financed to the tune of 182 million American dollars by the Arab Fund for Economic and Social Development, the Saudi Fund for Development. This project, which aims to create Djibouti's second economic hub, has two berths, 435 meters long and 12 meters deep, a 190-meter long Roro quay and 30-ha open area. This port is also capable of accommodating two vessels of over 65,000 tons easily. Equipped with modern facilities, the port of Tajura has been developed in line with other major infrastructure projects, such as the Tajura-Balhu Northern Corridor Road and the future railway line that will link Tajura to the Ethiopian cities of Welda and Bahar Dar. According to President Gelle, the port of Tajura is becoming a new essential link in the diverse section of port supply and a new economic anchor point for Djibouti. The port creates an additional offshoot of the Djiboutian-Ethiopian axis, which is destined, through the destiny of trade volumes, to be the engine of growth and the locomotive of the sub-region, he said. The commissioning of this port has considerably changed the lives of Tajurians, and for good reason. Several dozen of them are employed in this port. More details with Mr. Hassan Dabale, prefect of the region of Tajura. It was also expected that thanks to the creation of this latest generation deepwater port, several hundred direct and indirect jobs would be created. This is a fair forecast, since from the start of the port's activities, several dozen Tajurians, both men and women, have been employed as security guards, a way to fight unemployment and poverty among young people in this region. These young security guards were delighted with the creation of this port. For them, the most important thing is to serve their country while providing for themselves and their families. They are also aware of the responsibilities they now have. They are also aware that thanks to the various jobs that will result from the opening of this port, unemployment and poverty among young people in the region will inevitably fall. This was also an opportunity for them to thank the head of state for this initiative and the port officials who welcomed them. This port also houses a fire station, which is essential for the safety and security of this infrastructure. A young and dynamic team trained in this risky profession regularly train and carry out simulation exercises in accordance with the international standards to prepare for any possible accident. There are about 40 of them on duty and they work on shifts. Their work has earned them the gratitude of the port's employees and managers. The commissioning of the port of Tajura and its future prospects will naturally have a positive impact on regional development, in other words, on the lives of Tajurians. This northern port is one of the 6 port infrastructures in the Republic of Djibouti. The country now aims to establish a dozen ports in order to establish its status as the natural port of entry to the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa, with more than 400 million consumers.
Saredo Mahmoud Qayad and Nasima Mahmoud Umar 13 flew that last Wednesday to Addis Ababa to participate for the first time in the East African Regional Table Tennis Tournament under the name Challenges Hope Cadet. This tournament, which is organized every year, will bring together several participants from countries in the region. As a result of our table tennis players will allow them to qualify for the international table tennis competitions. In their travel, they were accompanied by Saeed Abdullahi, who is the coach of the national table tennis team. The president of the Table Tennis Federation, Mahmoud Umar, wished out table tennis players good luck in this interview. The King Fahd Sports Complex in the municipality of Balbala hosted Thursday afternoon the closing ceremony of the 4th sessions of football tournament between Arab private schools in Djibouti, which was held this year under the patronage of the ambassador of the guardian of the 2 holy mosques of Djibouti. The ceremony was attended by the Saudi Arabian ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Abdulaziz bin Abdullah Al-Madar, the regional directors of the NGO Al-Rahma of the state of Kuwait, Mr. Abdul Ghani Al-Quraishi, as well as the director of the various Arab schools, and also the tournament coordinator Yasser Ali Al-Shamin, the team of Imam Al-Shafi'i schools and the team of the Al-Rahma complex played in the final match of this competition, which graduated 17 teams. The Al-Rahma complex teams won the championship title for the first times by 2-0 at the end of the event. The winning teams of the medals were honored. It should be noted that non-classical sports, cultural and social activities are important factors in the formation of the students' personalities. For the international scene, Donald Trump declared a state of emergency and releases $15 billion. U.S. President Donald Trump, accused for initially downplaying the severity of the coronavirus pandemic, declared a state of emergency on Friday to deal with the crisis, a measure that will release up to $15 billion in federal funds to help states and localities in the United States to fight the disease could also be affected by the ban or entry into the United States. Initially, the United Kingdom was not affected by this ban, which only concerned European citizens in the Schengen areas. The U.S. President also said at the press conference held in the White House gardens that he had no symptoms of the coronavirus this Friday. The latest assessment in the United States of COVID-19 epidemic showed around 1,500 confirmed cases and 14 deaths. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.